Good morning, everyone. It's Tess, and today will be tip 70. Who would have thought? I guess today it sounds like everything is repetitive, and again, that's probably part of what we need to listen to when we're trying to master this journey. But what I found interesting is I continue to read and learn and try to keep myself engaged. And that's why I do it, is to keep myself engaged so that long-term I succeed at this journey. Just a reminder to those who don't know, I'm a bariatric patient. This is the second time I've lost over 100 pounds. I'm 150 down, 35 plus during COVID. And I just want to keep on this journey and keep myself moving forward so that I maintain this loss and continue losing permanently. And it's kind of interesting because in looking around and reading, I found something called the werewolf diet, which is based on lunar cycles. And there may be something to lunar cycles, but it's just kind of funny, like all these fad type things. Lunar diet's based on the moon. We call it the werewolf diet. It connects with attention. And basically what it amounts to is it's a fast. 24-hour fast during the time of the full moon. So it's not a new idea. It's just a spin and an interesting way to reintroduce something that we know about, which I think is what this whole journey is about. And in some of the other articles I was reading, it kind of talked about how our dieting cycles and our fad diets change and flip based on, did we just go through a period of a lot of real restrictive diets and everybody's tired of the restrictive, cabbage soup only, banana only, I mean, there's a million of them out there, grapefruit only. And then all of a sudden we flip to the other side of the dieting arena, which is the indulgent diets, the cookie diet, the brownie diet, all those type of diets. So it's kind of funny that instead of just trying to master ourselves, we keep reaching for this special pill, that special ticket. And we may not ever find that special pill or special ticket. Probably not. I guess the best bet would be to master our mind and learn what our body needs and keep moving forward on that journey. And I know last weekend, I said every weekend I'm trying to read something, and last weekend was the 10 tips from Admiral William McRaven, and I'm currently reading Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins, and he is a retired Navy SEAL. But it's kind of funny, the first page of his book is like a warning order because he's a military guy. And it says, the situation is, you are in danger of living a life so comfortable and soft that you will die without ever realizing your true potential. Mission, to unshackle your mind, ditch the victim's mentality forever, own all aspects of your life completely, build an unbreakable foundation. And that's kind of the start of this Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins, and he's a retired Navy SEAL. He's one that went through Hell Week like 3 times, and he's the only person ever known to have done that. But he's got an amazing story, and I've watched some of his YouTube videos and Doc V's challenge, and that's what got me interested in the book. But it kind of, and like I said, I'm learning and researching to understand, to keep myself accountable and to keep myself moving forward. And you can see the patterns. We keep repeating. We want the restrictive diets, and we want the indulgent diets. We want the pills. And I think probably in some of these things that I've been learning through Doc V, through the videos I've been watching from his challenge, through the books that I've been reading, is it really comes down to getting our mindset right. And that's probably the most difficult thing, but all the steps seem to be repetitive. And if we can start to just each day take 1 or 2 steps to change it, we can master the long term. Like, what are there was an article from Your Story, The Simple Rules, and I know I've seen this pop up regularly, the learn to pause. And I think that's important because these times of COVID and anxiety, when we get all worked up, it's easier to go into a bad choice or to fall into that victim mode and not make the right choice. So the simple rules of trying to keep your mind in the right place are learn to pause, control your thoughts, and that can be done with deep breathing. You know, like they say sometimes if you're in an argument, you got to stop, the 10-second rule, and then come. And it's almost like even trying to reason with the drunk. Sometimes it's like you just got to break and come back later because there's no reasoning. when you get past the point of reason, there's no reasoning. And I guess sometimes our brain is that child that needs a timeout before you can kind of reason with it. And maybe those are the times we just need to walk away and come back to food in 10, 15 minutes when we can think it through. Do we really need it? Understanding triggers, I think that's important too. I think we get into patterns. Like I remember in old days when I was in the office, everybody had candy dishes, and during busy seasons, you would be walking by grabbing candy in your head thinking that you need that sugar rush to get you through the day. People can trigger you, celebrations, events can trigger you, and we have to relearn what can keep us moving forward. Meditation is the tool that I use to calm the triggers. So it all goes together. Ruminating over the past, I think, is destructive. Meditation and positive thoughts will help you to overcome that, because ruminating, it is that hard stop. You can't change the past. The past is over, it's done. You got to start today and keep moving forward. Identify maybe where your weakness is and pick that one thing that you're going to work on today, because living in the past never allows you to recognize what could be waiting for you in the future. And it kind of can feel great if there were wonderful things and you're focused on the wonderful things. I think too many of us focus on the bad things. But the problem in living in the past is that there are opportunities, even if you have some great memories that you're focused on from the past, why not create some new memories in the future so that it's more, so that your mind is full of lots and lots and lots, not just a handful of good memories from the past, but lots of them that you can carry into the future. We know visualizing, I have my vision boards, and that just is a reminder to me, especially probably why I have 4 of them right now, is it's getting to the end of busy season. And for all you tax preparers, I'm sorry, I know for the US we just extended our deadline for another month. I know that's great for a lot of people, but for other people it's difficult because that makes your stress time even longer. One of my APs, Sally, I'm so sorry. I know it's going to be tough for a while, but it all goes back to the same thing. It's kind of interesting when you look at the different diets that are out there, the werewolf diets and the grapefruit diets, and it is kind of funny that they talk about how we go through phases. We go through the restrictive diets, and then when we get fed up with the restrictive diets, we flip to the indulgent diets. And so we just keep going through this cycle. And the one thing that keeps ringing true is that our mind, we have to work on our mind and try to stop and think and hesitate and meditate and pause so that we get ourselves in the right spot, because there isn't a magic pill. There isn't a magic diet. I think the best gift that I've given myself is when I have a day that I feel sluggish, I think about what I've eaten or if I've gotten enough water in. And I do find that that is definitely part of how I feel. And sleep. So if you can do those things, I think I'll help you move forward. Remember, just as a quick reminder, there are a lot of fad diets. If something makes you feel good in that fad diet, think about how you can incorporate it long term. Is it that it's more restrictive because it's fruits and vegetables? Is it that it's fasting and maybe you need a narrower window of time to eat? But if you learn to pause, kind of evaluate what's happening and how you want to move forward, learning what works best for your body, control your thoughts. If you start to go off on a deep end, or pause and revisit and evaluate, understand your triggers. Is anxiety or stress triggering you to make decisions that are going to make you feel bad later? Because that's that vicious cycle too. Stress, bad decision, you feel bad. More stress, bad decision, you feel bad. Understand your triggers. You know, is it Monday morning work? Is it a certain person? And what can you do to fix it? And if you can't fix it, try to avoid it. Meditation, that's been so helpful to me, and that is one of the fundamentals in the Doc Feet Challenge. Seeking inspiration and modeling. You know, who's winning at it and what have they done to win at it? Our military staff, I mean, it just amazes me what they've gone through and the commitment that they've had to make. And I know I've said, like, I have a huge family background and even lifelong friends that are still military, and they're disciplined. So I guess that's a key word there, is discipline. We have to have discipline to make the changes to keep moving forward. The past is over, keep moving forward, and visualizing where do you want to head. And if we can model the behavior of some of these amazing people, we can start to see the changes for ourselves. We are learning, and we know that we're always looking for the quick fix. And the quick fix just puts us in a cycle of like restrictive, indulgent, bad decision, stress, good decision, and it keeps circling. We've got to somehow get out of that destructive circle and jump forward into identifying that it's up here, it's how our body feels, it's how we think, and propel ourselves forward into an amazing future. I love this little thing from David Goggins about, he kind of says, if you do your job to the best of your ability, the mission is not about making yourself feel better. The mission is about being better and having a greater impact on the world. So remember that as difficult as some of these challenges seem to be, as we continue on the path that we have been on in the past, are we on a roller coaster that never seems to end? Or could we put some of these things into play? Hi, Jessica. Is Mr. Johnny with you? Good morning, Johnny. Hi, Johnny. But, oh, and Jessica, I know you're one of those tax people. I'm sure you heard you got one more month. I hope that that's not too painful. But so today, this morning, I'm just talking about mastering the mind. And I know that's a repetitive theme. And I think it kind of goes back to what I kind of mentioned earlier, is that there's so many diets out there, and there seems to be a pattern of restrictive diets and then indulgent diets. We're going to be on the werewolf diet, and we're not going to eat during a full moon. We're going to eat only cabbage soup. We're going to eat grapefruits. Then we're also going to turn to a point where we're going to have the indulgent diet. We're going to have cake for breakfast. We're going to have cookies. We're going to add vitamins to our cookies. So we keep trying to create this new magic pill. And I think the magic pill is just that we have to go back to how we think. He was just hi, Johnny. He's looking at the phone. Woohoo. Soon we'll get our vaccines and we'll all get together soon. Hi, Johnny. But I think it does go back to our mind. We have all these beautiful new diets and fads out there, like the werewolf diet. I think I kind of heard that. They used a catchphrase, the werewolf, but it's based on the lunar calendar, and based on a full moon is when you don't eat. You fast for 24 hours. And maybe people feel better when they fast during that period of the month, but fasting is a tool that's used whether we call it the werewolf diet or not. So if we find the tools that we like, or find the tools that work for our body and make us feel good, that's a great thing for us. And remembering that in mastering the mind, we have to learn to pause. We have to control our thoughts. We have to understand our triggers. And where we can change the triggers, change them. Where we can't change the triggers, we got to avoid them. We need to practice meditation because that'll help us manage the triggers. And we have to stop living in the past. The past is gone. There could be good memories and bad memories. I think some people focus on the bad, but even if it's the good you're focusing on, why not create more good memories going forward? Like when Johnny and Jessica get to come and visit, all the places we will go. Just Dr. Seuss. Remember, we don't want to live in the past. We want to visualize the future. We want to take baby steps to keep moving forward. The restrictive indulgent is just a roller coaster that seems to always lead to the same place, and that's in feeling bad about ourselves, and we want to overcome that. It really kind of comes down to the basics, and the basics we are learning are meditation, journaling with gratitude. We know hydration with water. Green smoothies is a great energy vitamin boost, and clearing bad thoughts. The meditation and the gratitude will help to clear the bad thoughts. So good morning, Jessica. Good morning, Johnny. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Kisses, Johnny. And I can't wait to see you guys very, very soon. And remember, let's avoid these crazy roller coasters of restrictive and indulgent, and just learn what feels good to our body. The fasting may feel restrictive, but sometimes that's just an opportunity to let your body clear. I find that I just narrow the window of time I eat, and I don't start eating till like noon. That's not to say that on occasion I don't fast for a day. Our diet is what we eat. A lifestyle changes our goal. Yes, Jessica, awesome. And you're right. Our diet is what we eat, and lifestyle changes our goal. And it is, and it's our mind. Our mind is the thing that we have to get a grasp on, because if we don't make those changes, it feels better to me to be in a place where I'm just trying to learn my body and stay moving forward than being attracted into buying all these tools for this next fad that don't end up serving me long term. The best gift I can give myself is to find that place where I'm living the life that fits my body and my health. Great words, Jessica. Thank you. And I hope you all have a beautiful day. Kisses again, Johnny. Enjoy your workday, and Jessica, I'll send you lots of hugs during this additional month of tech season. Have a beautiful day, and thank you so much. Bye-bye.